welcoming for this session. Today we are going to see the topic on the power system and production switchgear, and the session will start on the topic of a negative sequence relay. Negative sequence relay. So before the negative sequence relay we have seen the electromagnetic relay. The electromagnetic relay we have seen the directional and over current relay and distance relay, like that we have seen it. So in that way we are going to see the negative sequence relay. The negative sequence relay is also called as a phase unbalanced relay because this relay provides the protection against the negative sequence component of unbalanced current existing. We normally this type of relay will be used in your transmission line sending and receiving in order to protect the consumer and loading and the generator. Okay, so we are having the three-phase AC systems, but the three-phase AC system will not be always in the balanced condition. It may be go for the unbalanced condition because of their loading on the each phases. So in that way we may be getting of unbalanced condition. So in that time unbalanced condition there is a chances of negative sequence formation. So that's we are going for the negative sequence relay. The unbalanced currents are dangerous from the generator and motor point of view, as their current can cause the overheating. And the point they have told that negative sequence relay are generally used to give the protections to generator and motor against the unbalanced current, what I have already discussed. So this is the diagram here, it has been given it. So we are taking the current flow in the each phases and it will be given to your bridge circuit formations. So whenever there is a current flow in positive sequence way, there will not be any unbalancing will not be created for the bridge circuit. When any one of the phases it has been turned out to the negative sequence flow of a negative sequence current, that the bridge circuit will be start to get unbalanced, and it may make the relay to be get operated. So the corresponding the relay will be get energized and it will be disconnect from the disconnect the generator and motor from the line. Okay, so as the construction wise it consists of resistance bridge. So the magnitude of the impedance of all the branches of the networks are equal. I have told that it's a bridge circuit, so that's why it will be in the equal conditions. And the impedance of Z1 and Z3 are the purely resistive, while the impedance of Z2 and 4 are the combination of resistance and reactance. So it will be a variable one, so it depends upon the negative sequence current flow. These two things will be get some drop of voltage. That drop of voltage will be makes the unbalanced condition. Okay, unbalanced condition. So this is the process that will be carried out in your negative sequence relay. This is a phasor diagram how we are obtaining the negative sequence flow current flows in the relay. So each degree will be in the 30-degree formation 60, and in that it will be each phases reversal will be carried out in 30 degree. When there is any sudden changes, the direction of current flow will be come from the positive direction to negative sequence direction, so that the vector summation of current flow will be in the different directions. So it may leads to the triggering of the relay circuit. So the current IR gets divided into two equal part, I1 and I2, and I2 and lag I1 by the 60 degree. What I have told in already, that's a process. So we are taking the triangle from the OAB. From that we are finding the what is the current that flows in the circuits. And I1 lead the R1 by the R3 because there is a resistance only in I1 and I1 and I3 current will be a resistance current, so it will be leaded. So it will be goes on the circuit in the balance condition. So there summation of this current will be 0. That will be flow in your relay circuit. When any negative sequence current flows means the angle of the variation will be higher, so there will be some flow of current in the relay circuit that will leads to the negative sequence relays. Okay. Our next thing that what we are going to see is next one is we are going to see the statical relay. Okay, I zoom it. Okay, this is the next relay after the flow of the negative sequence relay. So here what we are going to see means the relay circuit, the static, we are going for the static process. So okay, the relay, we know that the electromagnetic relay will be having of some drawback because there is some electromagnetical movement will be carried out in. There will be a formation of noises due to aging, and there is a inaccuracy of operations. Everything will be there in a electromagnetic relay. So if there is any damage of insulation, the relay sensitivity will be get reduced, and reliability also very less for the electromagnetic relay. So we need to improve, or we need to go for the further development of the relay. So that's why we are going for the static relay. Static relay is the semiconductor relay, we can say that, because everything will be depends upon the semiconductor devices. Okay, in statical relay, transistor and diode and ICs or other electronics equipments are used for making of the relay operations. And the reason why we are going for a static relay means long life and high resistance to the stokes and variables, and fast response and less maintenance due to absence of moving part, compact size and greater sensitivity as a amplitude. We all know that the analog signal can be rectified and we can make it as a DC. So AC to DC conversion process can be carried out in the statical relay. That DC output can be given for the any statical devices. So through that they can control the relay operations. So this is also it's a possible for the statical relay. So statical relay is nothing but it's a combine of capacitor, diode, resistance, SCRs and others. Because we no need to put any moving part as a relay, opening contact, closing contact, like that we no need to put it. The transistor will be act as a switch, contact switch. Okay, the output of the transistor will be opening and closing it. So by triggering of a gate or a base of your transistor or SCR, we can control the entire operation. So statical relay is having the more advantages compared to the electromagnetic relay, but the static relay having the few disadvantages. The sensitivity to the temperature. So because due to thermal, the semiconductor will be having characteristics of thermal conductivity. So when the temperature changes, the resistivity of the semiconductor material will be get changes. So due to that, there will be a changes of operation. Because for example, if the resistance value is manufactured through semiconductor at the temperature of 25 degree, means the value will be 10 ohm. When we go and measure at the resistance value at the temperature of 35 degree, means it won't show the 10 ohm resistance. Either it may be shown as the increased value or it may be shown as the decreased value. So statical relay will be having of auxiliary power supply. So we cannot give it directly from the transformers. We need to give it from the separate source. That sometimes the relay may be get operated in the DC source, or sometimes it may be operated in the AC source, but the voltage value will be somewhat lesser. So these are the problems we are having it. and the sensitive to the voltage transient. See, if there is a electromagnetic relay means when the any sudden peak value occurs in the waveform means the fluxes changes will be carried out, then the response of the flux changes to the relay will be less. So there will be a naturally there will be a time delay for the electromagnetic relay for fault conditions, but that time delay will be helpful at the time of voltage transient. So the voltage transient is the some abnormal condition that happens for the few seconds. So for that few seconds the electromagnetic relay will not be taken into account, but electrostatic relay, that is a static relay, will not be like that. If any single with minimum time interval any voltage transient occurs means the relay will be sensitivity to that, so it may be get operated. Suppose nothing but if you are switch on the tube light means the relay may get be operated, because when the switch on the TV or light or fan, there will be a high peak value of current will be flow for few seconds. So that few seconds current flow will be considered as the overloading current, so the relay may be get operated it. So static relay will be very sensitive to the voltage transients. Okay, so this is the diagram for the statical relay. Here definitely the defined time statical relay. Defined time means nothing but whatever the fault, the amplitude of the fault may be vary, but the time will be fixed one. 5 minutes means it will be 5 minutes. Either it may be having of 10 ampere, or it may be a 1 ampere or 100 ampere, whatever may be the current flow in the circuit. It will take the time of 5 minutes means 5 minutes. It will be waiting for the operations. After the attaining of 5 minutes, the relay will be get activated. This is the defined time statical relay. This type of relay will be used only at the place where we are not getting the fault frequently. Okay, if your fault occurs frequently means it may be leads to some damage for the system. So the fault will not be happen very frequently. In that place only we can go for the defined time statical relay. Okay. Next one, we are going to see the inverse time statical relay. Inverse time statical relay means depending upon the magnitude of fault current, the time will be given for the relay operation. For 100 ampere it is taken as a 5 minutes means for 10 ampere it will be it will take for 20 minutes. So for small value of fault current or small value of faulted value, the time will be higher. For the larger value of fault condition, the time will be very lesser. That is the inverse time operations. Depending upon the fault or giving the priority for the fault magnitude. If the fault magnitude is higher, the time taken by the relay to be operated is low. If the fault current is maximum, the time taken by the relay will be very small. It's a conditions. So here we are seeing the defined time delay and inversing time delay, but it cannot be done in your electromagnetic relay. The defined time relay can be carried out in electromagnetic relay by vacuum circuit the relays. That is a timer relay. So it will be the time also will be a very minimum, but it will not be a gradual manner. Okay. So it may be some issues in your electromagnetic relay, but in electrostatical relay, by help of resistance and capacitance and timer circuit, we can fix the time for the relay. So these electronic devices helpful in making of certain operation very simple. Okay, that's the reason we are going for electrostatic. So the heat energy that produced by the relay will be very less. The accidental that happen by using of relay is also reduced compared to the electromagnetic relay. There is a in electromagnetic relay there is a chances of getting spark. The electromagnetic relay not going to operate it for repeated interval of time. So in that way we can get it. Okay. So this is the block diagram that we are seeing it for your so inverse time, defined minimum time interval. Okay, so we are getting the input and we are making some sampling, and we are doing it as a sample and hold circuit. From that we are going for processing circuit. So that things that will be carried out by the remaining things, the control circuit, RC charge changer, level detectors. These are the things that we are getting it. We are getting the data, we are utilizing the data as we need want, and we are filtering it, and we are limiting, we are checking the limit. If it crosses the limit, then it goes for the further operation. Whether it's not going above the processing limit, means there is a control pickup level value, means the entire thing will be just it will be left in the free. Okay, so this is the stage. Okay, up to this stage only the process will be repeatedly done it. Once any fault occur, means it will be carried out to the control circuit and RC changing and level detector, and output circuit will be given to the tripper. Otherwise the pickup current will be very low and it will be in the same place itself. Okay, this is the block diagram, and below that we have given as the some circuit diagram. It will be for understanding of your statical relay development. We can go for this. This is the entire hardware circuit for your statical relay. Okay, okay, next we are going to see the microprocessor based relay. So microprocessor based relay is nothing but, we have seen the circuit statical relay. The statical relay, what it did it means it got done its operation as for the checking the voltage and sampling it and compare it with reference. Depends upon that error value, it will be get operated it. Okay, then why we are going for microprocessor relay? So electromagnetic relay is a not portable type, static relay is a portable type. Electromagnetic does only one operation, statical relays does 2 or 3 more operations with single processing, but it will be operated individually. Even electromagnetic relay or static relay, it will be operated individually and data will not be get stored out. By using of microprocessor based relay, the n number of statical relay will be get connected in the single point. Okay, the output that we are getting from the microprocessor, it will be sent to the statical relay, then the production operation will be carried out. So okay, for that purpose we are going for microprocessor relay, and we can we can store the data of the process that carried out by the microprocessor relay. So what are the condition we obtained, what is the value that we have measured, and what is the suppressed value, like that the data can be stored in the memory of your microprocessor by external connections. Okay, the advantage of microprocessor relay: fast operations, then low cost and more accurate, reliable and flexible and compact. Same interference can be adapted to obtain different relaying characteristics. Example, overcurrent relay, directional relay, impedance and reactance, ohmic relay, etc. Okay, sorry for the interruption. So electromagnetic relay will be doing a one operation, and static relay will do 1 or 2 operations. But when you go for the microprocessor relay, in single control circuit we can operate n number of relay. So overcurrent relay, distance relay, ohmic relay, reactance relay, power relay, negative sequence relay, like that n number of relay can be controlled by single microprocessor. So in static relay it is not possible to control the single point. We cannot control the n number of relays. Okay, it is an individual operating relay. Okay, So this is the block diagram given it for microprocessor relay. So that is we are getting the input. That input is given for the current transformer. So we are converting the current transformer value into the voltage, because the microprocessor will be getting the data in terms of voltage, not as a current. So we are converting into proportionate value of voltage. That proportionate of voltage will is rectified, and that data will be given by the auxiliary ICs. From that auxiliary ICs, the output will be given to the analog to digital converter. Then the analog to digital converter converts the analog value into digital. That digital value is given to the microprocessor. So microprocessor get that digital value, and then it will start to compare with the reference value that already stored in the memory, and it will compare it. So after the comparison, whether there is any changes, then it automatically comes to the relay sensing a relay point. If there is no changes, means it will not be microprocessor will not produce any output signal. Okay. So in single sampling we can measure the overcurrent. In single sampling we can measure the overcurrent, directional, impedance value, power value, negative sequence, these things, etc. These things can be done in the single process itself. So we can able to know which fault occurs in the system. Like that we can easily understand. When we go for a static relay, we need to put a separate static relay for overcurrent. We need to put the separate short circuit static delay for distance. So like that way we need to go for different cases. Okay. So this is the flow chart that says that how it will be operated. Start, initial input output port, CB is closed, that is a circuit breaker is closed, and sending the signal to the multiple with 5 S1 we are getting the signal, and analog converter is over, ready to IDC, means it will pick the value and it will compare it and select the time delay and sending trip, and if there is anything processed, means it will be jump to the next level, and again it will be goes on it. So like that way it will be repeatedly doing it. Through that we can able to control the any fault at the minor stage itself. We need to go we don't need to go for the long period of waiting. Okay. So distance relay also can be done through the microprocessor. We can calculate and we can see the distance. Okay. This is the relay circuit that have been drawn for the this is the relay circuit which have been drawn for the microprocessor based relay. Okay. So here they have given the clarity fully. That's a filter, I to V converter, rectifier, microprocessor, and sample and hold circuit from analog digital converter, and port A. 8255 peripheral devices, it will be get the data, and from the data it passes to the microprocessor. From that microprocessor kit it will be given as a output. Output is it will get taken from the port C. So through that they are making the reference value as the their work. Okay. The reactance relay means we know reactance is nothing but impedance and reactance. If you remove the resistance value, there you will be getting of the reactance for the complete things. So for that we are converting the I to V, and from that we are giving the zero crossing point. So through that we can able to get the reactance voltage. Okay. So V2 value we are taking it and we are doing zero crossing. That zero crossing will be given to the port B. From that calculation, the current value and voltage value, we will be getting of some value. That value will be taken as the measure operating values. Okay. Okay, these are the things, and here we are having some more slides for your reference. It will be easier for you to find out it. Okay, this is the static relay. Introduction to static relay. Once again we are recollected. So static relay, when it has been started in 1962, it has been started it, and compared to the electromagnetic relay, static relay have the long lifespan and decreases noise when operate and faster response to the speed. Static relay have the designed to replace almost all function wherever the achieves the earlier electromagnetic relay. So electromagnetic relay is the basic. It has some drawback. The drawback has been overcome by the static relay. In static relay we are having some drawback. So we have planned to combine these two type of things to be operated in your relay. That is called as a microprocessor relay. So in microprocessor relay, it will be easier for you to do n number of operations. So electromagnet to overcome static relay. From the static relay, it will be started to move for the microprocessor relay. Now it goes on further, still they are increasing on it. Okay. So this is the basic block diagram for the statical relay. So current CTPT secondary to the auxiliary CTPT. There we are rectifying it. After rectifying it, relay mercury circuit we are giving it. Through that we are getting the value. We are amplifying it. That amplified value is given as a output devices. That output devices will be a tripper circuit. So when the relay measuring circuit is doesn't give any input, means then there will not be any output for the relay service system. So it will be in the normal operations. Okay. Okay, so from this we have conclude that the relay is the very important for the circuit. So relay will be having first one is a over current relay, then is a impedance relay, distance reactance relay, distance relay. From the distance relay we are going for the negative sequence. After that we are going for a statical relay. Then we are becoming to the higher level of control as the microprocessor based relay. So this is the order of the growth. So everything is for protect the transmission line, generator and motor. And one more thing is it does that is what we have to say, means without protective relays we cannot make the power system to be get operated in the safe conditions. So the relay maintenance is very important. There should be a frequency of maintenance. So maintenance of the relay will be carried out for the electromagnetic relay mostly, because there only we are having the moving parts, and if any dust particle went into it, it will be create some mismatching of operations. So okay, so the relay topic has been, everything has been completed it. Okay.